Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Unfortunately, this video is about bad news and I'm talking about the PayPal debit card, which is one of my favorite ones because it gives a 5% back, which is almost instantly, and you can redeem at the moment for money cash back and use it to earn more points using that specific rewards. But it's something that you can also transfer money for one debit card to that specific debit card instantaneously, meaning that you don't have to like wait or things like that, and you know how much you have to spend, so you can transfer right away and use a specific money, which that's great. And at the same time, depending on what specific category you choose beginning of every month, you might use it different ways. For example, we have two in this household. One used for apparel clothing, which of course you can tell there's a different clothes stores that have their own specific cards and reward systems. And you don't want to go for a specific store to get a specific cards, and that's gonna be a lot of trouble because at the same time it's not gonna be worth it. Sometimes the thing this shines for is the groceries. Since it can be used for traditional groceries, it can be used for superstores like Target and Walmart, and also wholesales like Costco and Sam's Group. And yes, it's been working on Costco because Costco accepts any type of debit cards, except when it comes into credit cards, which only accepts Visa. Great. The issue that is gonna come back is later on in August. Once August hit in this 2026, the redemption to cash back it will no longer be an effective cash. It will only be redeemable through calorie donations. It will be through gift cards using Honey, and it will be sometimes using a checkout through PayPal, which I have not really used that function too often. I have done it through online shopping, but not when I'm in person or things like that. So that might be different. But it makes sense. We knew this was gonna come eventually, but we were not prepared soon enough, I believe. The issue is when it comes into these specific stores, yes, you have other options depending on what you tend to spend more money. If you go to specific traditional groceries, you can go and get other cars. For example, City Custom Car, which you can get a 5% back in cash back, or you can transfer into points. You have one of the premier of the elite cars. You can also get the American Express Blue Cash Prefer or Everyday, depending on your taste. You can also get the AAA cards for groceries as well, except Walmart because that unfortunately is not gonna work any longer. You could also get the Robin Hood Gold card for 3% on almost everything because that should work as well. A 2% card that will give over everything as well, depending on which one you get. You get Visa, of course, work for everything. If you get MasterCard or other type like Discover or American Express. That might not be the case for Costco. But that's the thing. Like now we are talking about different options, different cars. Of course, we can talk about the cars from the specific stores, such as Walmart with the one pay card that works for specific items. We can talk about the city car for Costco, which will work for Costco in gas, but it will not give you 5%. Same time, it will give you rewards back after a long time, which that might not be ideal, and it's of course lock on in Costco. We can talk about the Target, which comes with a credit card or a debit card. Of course, the debit card might be the option to go in these specific locations. And when it comes into Sam's Club, we're talking about the same thing as Costco. It only works for Sam's Club money, and that's something you can get your money at the end of the month, for example, cycle. And that is not as good as you would like because now we're talking about different cars. And I'm a person who normally tends to buy in different of these stores, not only one. I tend to go, for example, Sam's Club and Costco most of the time. And I want to have both of their cars, and I know it's not worth it on my specific expense. And that is the funny part about this, that we knew it was coming and we knew it was gonna affect us sooner or later. But when it comes into redemption, we talk about the honey gift cards. And that might work for some people or might not work for another. And I'm saying that because honey by itself is a bad thing to use. Because if you're trying to use like a extension or something, honey will take their referral and they will put it into it. So if you try to use something else, it will take your referral money away. For example, of course, the cookies that comes with and other stuff. But when it comes into using gift cards will not normally give you points unless you're using like Rakuten or the Capital One shopping photos. But that's a different beast by itself. You're not getting your 5% using gift cards, so you're not using that 5% earning as a in your mindset. Now becomes into like a 4.75 cashback card. And would that be good? Might be not good. Based on the option that we can see through the portal, or that is the page that Honey gave us as a reference, you can get gift cards for Target and Walmart, which if you didn't know, you get Walmart gift cards, you can use that to pay in Sam's Club, which that's great because that give us other options. For example, we can get credit cards that gives cashback on drugstores because we can, I think, buy Walmart gift cards through Walgreens. I believe it's one store in same town that could be using through the city custom card as an option. Or we're talking about gift cards, we could use the Chase in Cash card, and some people might know why I'm referring to that, which that will give you 5% back as well. And I guess that might be one of the options for me to go. Of course, you want to go for Costco, you have to go for Visa gift cards in that regard. But unfortunately, that is the news I have to share to you. And if you already have it, know that it is coming to an end, the cashback redemption, and that if you're planning to get it, try to remember that you might not be able to enjoy it the way that you want it for the meanwhile. Once it hits August, it's gonna be over. Because I think it's a good car to have when it comes into at the moment, so you don't have to struggle and have all different cars on your hands. And with that being said, guys, I hope that you have a good day and I hope to see you later.